name's Harry. I grew up in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. My mom is Syrian and my dad's Greek. I've been living in New York now for almost 9 years, and I'm a social worker. I work with Arabic-speaking families. My culture is really important to me. I grew up with my mom and dad growing up, but my dad was working a lot, so I was raised mostly by my mom and her two sisters, so I speak Arabic. You know, they raised us Muslim, I guess, in the loose sense of the term, but my mom's heritage has always been a really big part of my life. It's something that I identify with very strongly, and growing up in Florida as an Arab has been, you know, not the greatest experience, I guess. There was a lot of racism that I experienced in high school after September 11th. I remember that more profoundly looking back now more than any homophobia. Not to say that that didn't happen, but the racism is what sticks out in my mind. I lived within walking distance from my school, and it was hard in the beginning for me to even feel comfortable or safe enough to walk home without somebody driving by in their car. Like other students, you know, calling names, saying things. I've never been in a physical altercation, thankfully, but it was definitely, you know, verbal racism, I guess. It made me feel upset and sad that people were saying these kinds of things from an ignorant point of view. I grew up in a mostly white, middle to upper middle class suburb, so you know, I don't think that a lot of people there had much experience with Arabs or other Muslims in general. Being half, I guess, ethnic white, half Arab has been, you know, obviously a good experience. I don't bear the brunt of a lot of the kind of systematic racism that other people that I know do. My last name's Greek. You would never know by looking at my name that I'm anything but. So that's definitely been a blessing that I recognize as a privilege also, but you know, I feel like it's made people feel more comfortable to say things in front of me, not knowing that other part of my life that I really truly hold deeply to me. So it's, you know, it's had its ups and downs, I guess. I knew that I always wanted to come live in New York because I felt like it was going to be the kind of escape that I needed from growing up in Florida around not as diverse of a population. So, you know, I had all these grand ideas of how things were going to be after moving here, and, you know, you learn after you get here that things manifest themselves in different kinds of ways, maybe not as outwardly. Unfortunately, I think racism is a big problem in the LGBTQ community that I've personally experienced firsthand the side effects of. And what kills me about it is that there are so many well-intentioned people, you know, they come off as such at least, who refuse to acknowledge it and refuse to do any kind of work to try and make it better. This summer in June, you know, when the Orlando massacre happened, I grew up only about like an hour and a half away from there, and somebody who I knew when I was really young was in the club that night, and he passed away. He was murdered. So that brought up a lot of really troubling things for me, because I knew immediately after they found out the identity of the killer that, you know, oh great, like another one had to come kind of from like my background. Now, not only is the racism going to be heightened from the general population, you know, that includes other people of color, white people, straight, gay, whatever, but now now it's, you know, this is going to make my life harder as a queer Arab and Muslim. Even dealing with other people in the LGBT community, you know, it's happened to me before, so I was honestly expecting it to happen again. On kind of a micro level, with everything that happened in Orlando, it's important for people to know that there are queer Arabs, there are queer Muslims. You know, we exist, and we, you know, I mean, I hate that I even have to say certain things like this because it just feels so basic at this point, but Muslims don't believe in the kinds of things that you know, people like these try to spread in whatever way. We don't believe in that. You know, even on the bigger picture of things, you know, it's really important that I think everybody fight against Islamophobia at this point in time. Yeah.